Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I am Sovereign and you have had 2 videos in one day. Lucky you. Now today we're going to be going over the actual announcement for tomorrow's update and what we'll be getting in there. I'm just going to go over some things in there, let you know what each thing actually means and my opinions on those things. So after this intro we will go over them.
Warp drive active.
Make sure to like and sub if you haven't already. This is your one-stop shop for Eve Echoes. And these are the features that are going to be coming in tomorrow's update. There will be the added reset skill point feature. That's where you will be able to actually use Plex to reimburse your skill points. They'll be taking your skill points off of a skill you have already learned and putting it into another skill if you'd like to change something. You don't like the weapon type, you've got some wasted skills from your frigate destroyers when you were jumping up to cruisers or battle cruisers, you'll be able to get rid of them and put more points into the actual ship that you're using right now. Now there was something really interesting in the picture that they sent for this. Let me just get that up quickly. Give me 1 second, I'll put it somewhere on the screen for you. So in this picture, what you can actually see is how it's going to work. So you'll be able to click your current skill and then reset skills, and it shows you at the bottom there that will be 5,000 SP per 1 Plex. Now it will cost, say for instance, a skill that has 1.28 million, it will cost you 125 Plex. But what's funny about this image is at the bottom there, you see in the training is the construction Doomsday weapon level 5. Now, this means that they've already got the skills ready for the Doomsday weapons that can only be applied to Titans. So they've already got the skills in the game. Does that mean that the capital ships are closer than we might think? Who knows? With the sovereignty update, we might get something nice as a present. But even then, the tier skills will be a lot higher needed for those capital ships. It's a nice thought though. So let's go over the next point. The next point is protection will now last 60 seconds after leaving a space station. Changing direction will no longer dispel the protection. So literally, this is the most silly idea I've ever heard of in my life. I can literally fly around the station for 60 seconds after I undock doing whatever I want and no one can ever mess with me. For 60 seconds. That is a long time. So I can double click anywhere around as I leave the station. I can move around the back of the station. I can move under the station. I can move away from the station. I can set myself into a position where they start chasing me out to 100 kilometers. Some of the ships have got some decent speed. 60 seconds is a long time. Get them to chase you all the way out there. Then your friends can undock freely and then you can all jump on them. It's a good way to defend, but I am not a fan of this 60 seconds, especially the change in direction will no longer dispel the protection. That's kind of silly for me. So number 3, we have fixed an issue where delivery containers cannot be delivered from the ship's inventory. So that's just a little bug fix there for you. Guests are required to link their account before joining a corporation. Fair enough. It's better to have your account bound to something anyway in case your phone dies or you lose all of your data or anything. Anything could happen and you'll be able to get your account back up on a new device. But remember, the Androids and the Apple do not swap the accounts over. So if you do break your phone and you have an Android, get another Android if you want to continue using that account. Number 5, when a guest player jettisons into space, a 2-hour lock will be automatically applied to the item, preventing it from being transferred to another player. I can't even express how much I hate the bloody audits. All of them. And they're just making them longer and they're making them worse. And every time a player, even good players that aren't looking to RMT or do anything bad, are still getting held back a lot more because of they're adding all of these things. It's screwing over the actual players more than it's screwing over RMT. They can wait for their money. Like it's, I don't know. It kind of pisses me off. Number 6, improved the loading speed of ships. I don't know if any of you have had this issue where ships don't load into the screen when you warp into like an anomaly or something. Sometimes it doesn't happen. They've improved on that and improved on your ship loading when you undock. So tier 6 or lower alpha players can no longer start planetary mining in areas with security level lower than 0.5. So it's not just nullsec. the alphas cannot do PI in. It is now low-sec and null-sec. Now, this could either be just a little money grab for the people who want to do PI, or it does hinder like the RMT guys in null-sec and low-sec, but it hinders everyone else as well. So like they're going to make a bit of money out of this most likely, but most of us who've been playing it and get the plex off the market since the beginning, we all have enough plex to start doing this stuff, so it's not too much of an issue. But for newer players who want to try out null-sec and low-sec, will have to go Omega for the industry side of things. It's kind of, again, another change that I'm not too happy with. So now we have improved rendering efficiency. Again, that just helps everything boot in and your graphics to be updated quicker. Guest accounts can only create one character for security purposes, so that's one character per account, but that still doesn't stop you from starting up 20 accounts. It's not that difficult when using a PC. On an emulator, you can just stack them all, and like they save your accounts and your login details for each individual one, so there's not much of an issue there. Improved damage number display when ships are hit. That's much better. They needed that because there would be so, like, sometimes you don't even know you're not really hitting the ship until it's too late. Then we have the autopilot notice added for planetary mining in high-sec areas. Not really sure why you would do that. You can't die in high-sec, so it doesn't really matter. Changes have been made to some entries in Concord's Guide to Eden. Okay, that's nice. A little bit of lore information for you. Added notifications for oversized cargo when requesting shipping containers. So yeah, it'll actually tell you when you don't have enough space in the ship now, which is good. That was needed. The description signifying that skill effects don't stack has now been moved to the top of the tips. The skill training queue now shows the overall training speed. Another bit of useful stuff there, but not too important. Fixed the issue with the direction of the jump effect when using stargates. Again, that's just a fruit of, that's just a nice little change. Doesn't really affect much. The create corporation using mortgage feature is now removed. They removed for new people who are coming into the game to be able to do the mortgage feature. I'm not sure why they did that. Probably to do with bots again. Most of the decisions are around bots, but it's not a good thing for new guys, but what can you do? They've taken it out now. Appeal function has been added to deal with unsatisfactory ticket. You can apply ticket number and the reason from settings, customer service, bug report, submit new issue, ticket appeal. We will review it again and reply to the player again, so you don't have to completely speak to a new person every single time and write the whole thing out every single time. That was becoming a bit of a ball ache. The number 19, we have sell now order function added. It will not charge fee intermediary. Unsuccessful match will return the item. So you can just go back. You don't even have to go. You just go through everything in your inventory and just sell now, and it'll go dong, 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 go for it. But remember that it will be going off player buy orders. So you might want to check if there's any actual decent buy orders. You don't want to be selling a really expensive item worth 100 mil for 20. So make sure to keep an eye out for that one. You cannot place a development array from the guest account. It can only be launched from after binding account. So development array, again, another reason for you to not have a guest count. That's perfectly fine. There's no issues there. And the fixes that we have, they fixed the issue caused by irregular data when closing the fitting screen, fixed the issue with resource extraction caused by shutting down the server, fixed an issue where object locations in client were not displayed in sync with the server. And that's all we have for this game announcement. They really need to start working on some actual things that are issues. What they're doing is sort of like flavor stuff. There needs to be more direct changes, which probably will come in the end of October update. This is just a short, quick one that they brought out beforehand to add the reset skill point feature, and they changed a few things in there. But the only real big things that we can see is the skill point feature being added. That's really good. You can see that the tier 6 or lower alpha players can no longer start planetary mining in areas with security level lower than 0.5. That's a bad thing, but you can. I still think that's a bad decision. Everything else is just not really that important for now. I want to thank you for watching. Remember to like and sub if you haven't already. This is your one-stop shop for EVE Echoes content. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.